Is it over? Are we all done? Should we just pack it in? Is Bitcoin done?
Yeah, I mean, I just based on pure gut feel, I wouldn't say it's over, but of course that's not worth much. Yeah, no, I mean one of the things that I think could, you know, turn this cycle bearish, because I think it's obvious we're in a bull market. It's been, 2 years. Prices have what, 4x, 5x so far. So I think if you're going to be bearish, you have to kind of come up with a scenario where something changes. And I think that if there's a general market crash, like if the Trump story somehow breaks down, we get a massive crash in the stock markets, I can see Bitcoin being pulled down. That's why, even though I am very bullish, I've been expressing my bullishness, especially in gold and in commodities. So like Bitcoin expressed in commodities, Bitcoin expressed in gold, because we could have a down year or so in dollar terms, even though we've had two market crises now with massive bailouts, like 2008 famously, but also 2020. And I think everybody is just totally assuming there's going to be huge bailouts whenever there's a crash, probably even kind of into the crash. They're going to try and print money. It seems like they get more and more aggressive. But yeah, I mean, expressed in gold, Bitcoin has been breaking up. So we're above 1 kilogram of gold per Bitcoin now, which was a 4-year resistance level. And then also expressed in commodities, we see the same thing, that we were in this holding pattern for 4.5 years, and now we've broken above that. So with a bullish setup like that, I just don't feel ready to pack it up and go home.
Yeah. Let me break this down for my fellow Bitcoiners. In just 8 weeks, I've seen a serious shift. More strength, more energy, and fast muscle gains. The reason? FITSCRIPT. They ran 124 biomarkers, blood, hormones, inflammation, and built a fully custom plan: nutrition, training, supplements. No guesswork, no templates. This is functional medicine meets precision fitness for high-performing men who want sovereignty over their health. If you care about optimization the way you care about your money, test, don't guess. Don't trust, verify. Hit the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen to check out FITSCRIPT and see what's possible. You opted out of the broken financial system by adopting Bitcoin and taking self-custody of your money. But protecting your wealth is only part of the equation. Now it's time to protect your freedom. My family is stacking sats and stacking flags. A second passport is our hedge against government overreach and uncertainty. If you're a Bitcoiner looking for your exit strategy, our friends at Citizen X will help you secure second citizenship through investment or descent. Book your free call today by hitting the link in the show notes or simply scanning the QR code on the screen. Guy, I guess I'll posit the question to you. Is it over? How are you doing?
I mean, I'm doing great. I'm constantly, I mean, I'm not shocked. That's a ridiculous thing to suggest. Because it's exactly how everybody on Twitter, I will not even think, like, this is not, there's barely even a red candle. And
Twitter,
I mean, if you just, I mean, the only
chart 9% from the all-time high, something like that.
Like, right? Yeah. And like the only chart I ever even look at is a log chart, and you can't see this on it because, again, it's 9%. It's just not. It's not even a full correction. Like if you just really kind of look at the bounces, we could go all the way down to 100K again, and we'd still kind of be on trend. Yeah, this is the noise that you get on social if you listen to people worried about the price, because God, I don't even know how. It just not been here for very long, or never looked at it very seriously.
If you were concerned and you were looking for some confirmation that is indeed over because you've just gotten Bitcoin for the first time, and you're really panicking about
high stress,
the dip, welcome as a new Bitcoiner. There's been many people coming through here, and we're here to tell you it's not over. Sit tight. This is normal. You will be fine. You shall endure.
This is actually pretty chill.
Yeah,
this is super chill for Bitcoin.
The days of old, in mid bull run, we just like get chopped in half for a little bit. And then
God, there's like 30% days.
yeah. Yeah, this is nothing. It does feel a little bit different. It's like a slower grind up, and definitely not nearly as bad on the drops either. So there's a, you know, so far this cycle, there's definitely a dynamic shift in terms of how pronounced the movements are and how quickly things happen. But you know, the general trend is still our friend, and you know, you can still just be good at something, spend less than you earn, and saving money nobody can print, and it'll be a cheat code for life. So I think we're set.
I think it's because there's so many institutions involved, you know, like they're just ironing out the volatility more. That's their jobs, is to buy the dip and try to get the cheapest price for the clients as possible. And I don't think retail is really in this market yet.
No,
like a bit. I do sense for the first time, you know, people that are not usually interested in Bitcoin, they're asking about it a little more, and maybe, you know, do you have a good book recommendation or something? But it's not like a FOMO type of reaching out. I don't know how it is for you guys.
Same. And actually, you know what? For the first time this cycle, I've noticed an interesting phenomenon. Everybody's so nihilistic about everything in terms of like, oh, I'm never going to have a house. I'm never going to start a family. I'm never going to retire kind of thing, that fiat world has put them so deep into the gambling mindset of like, the only way I'm going to make it out is hit the lottery, that Bitcoin they perceive as not risky enough now. Like that's kind of where we're at. And I think most people do not realize that Bitcoin's just a return to, again, being able to just save your paycheck, like spending less than you earn, and just save in the very money that you're earning, and not have to become a professional investor to make it. So
I just, you know, something that just gets me is I can't believe how difficult it is to get people to realize that stuff is supposed to get cheaper over time.
oh my God, yeah.
That like the only reason we go do stuff and improve things, like nobody is happy if at the end of the day things are worse than they were at the beginning of the day. And that's why like 95% of the time when we go to work or we go to do something, we're actually making it better. Sometimes, you know, crap happens and we go back and we have to fix an alternator, we have to do a thing, but then we get it back and then we make it better. But somehow nothing is more accessible from a monetary perspective. Like those two things are not, there's some sort of a disconnect, because those should be the same. If it's easier to make a TV today than it was last year, it should be cheaper. If it's easier to build a house today than it was last year, it should be cheaper. What the hell? Why is our money not reflecting? It's a measuring system. It's a measuring system. If stuff gets bigger, it should measure bigger. If stuff gets more valuable, it should measure more valuable. If stuff gets easier to make, it should measure cheaper to make. Why the hell is our measurement system suck so bad? What's disconnected? And like people don't, it's like, no, you have to get it more expensive because it's good for the economy. What the hell's the economy? It's just a bunch of people. If it's shittier for people and it's good for the economy, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like anyway.
When you ask somebody something like, do you think it's become far easier or far more difficult to manufacture a can of Coke? And they're like, well, obviously it's gotten a lot easier. Like, you know, we've got, it's so much easier to, you know, create a metal can and create the whatever. And then you're like, so why is it, you know, 20 times as expensive? You know, why did the price of a nickel can of soda not drop to 4 cents or 3 cents or 2 cents, and instead is $2? And they don't have an answer for that. There's no, it's like, or they're like, well, people are just greedy and they're charging more. Like there's no exploration beyond the first order effects. But
yeah, to be honest, guys, I don't know if I should believe you, because I'm not hearing any jargon. Like, where's the 15 academic papers that you guys have published in the last 10 years?
What about aggregate demand?
Yeah, I
did you see Kenneth Rogoff today on Twitter?
Yes, I had to retweet that.
Okay,
I had to retweet that mess.
Sure. Can you give a little who is the guy and what did he say?
Yeah, so Rogoff is famous for especially, I believe, research on government debt levels. And at some point, there was this kind of general idea that once governments go above 120% debt to GDP, they're basically toast. And then it seemed, I believe, if I remember right, that was kind of an accurate result from his research. But then he thought that was too radical, and so he like kind of walked it back later. But anyway, like a really famous economists in many ways, and Reinhardt and Rogoff, like that was his co-author on really government debt situation, very relevant research, really. And so back in 2016, he published. It's weird because we would think like, he knows about debt, he knows about money printing, he'll be pretty neutral or positive about Bitcoin. And then he wrote this piece that was like slamming Bitcoin back in 2016. He's saying that it was either going to be worth $100,000 or $100, and that it was probably more likely to, be all the way down and be worthless. And so now he has this like kind of acknowledgement that yes, we reached 100,000 and I was wrong. But the way he's saying it is basically saying, well, I couldn't have known that the government wasn't gonna shut it down. Like I thought the government was gonna, take care of this and all this black market stuff, but they didn't do a good job shutting it down. And what's worse, I couldn't have known that we have this crazy president who's buying billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. So it's kind of become the worst apology ever, and so I guess that's why people are talking about it.
It's funny
It was
because
definitely a everybody else was wrong apology. Like,
yeah, it's like how could I have known that the soundest money that has ever been created by humans would be in demand? Hey, you. Yes, you watching the Bitcoin price movements and the latest exciting news. It's awesome to stay informed, but the real power of Bitcoin comes from taking control. Don't just watch, take action. Head over to btcsessions.ca/learn for free step-by-step tutorials that guide you through every major skill you need to know, plus full video playlists for deeper dives on any topic you like. And if you're ready for the ultimate fast track, scroll to the bottom and check out bitcoinmentor.io for premium one-on-one experience with my team of Bitcoin experts to ensure you get it right the first time. Don't wait. Secure your Bitcoin future today. Hit the link in the show notes or scan the QR code on the screen.